What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another awesome action figure review. Today we'll be looking at the new Marvel Legends Marvel's Logan Sabertooth 2-pack. This is one of those 2-packs I was mostly excited for. There's a few other 2-packs that came out this year. I know Iron Fist and Luke Cage. The one with Psylocke and Wolverine. And then there was another one. The Hulk and Wolverine in the tuxedo suits. But I don't think I picked up any of them except for the Psylocke. And then I opened it up and I just wasn't into it so much as much as this one. Really, the only reason why I got this or I wanted it was for the Sabertooth figure. I don't really care so much for the Logan. I already have the X-Men 97 Wolvie, so I don't feel the need to have him. But I mean, he does look cool. So I'll let you guys take a closer look at the box, at the packaging. So you got the window in the front. You got some artwork on the side. You got some more artwork on the side. So Wolvie is on the left hand side if you were to pick it up, and on Sabertooth is on the right. And on the back you got some comic artwork right there, and then you got some info in there. And then the front just reads Marvel Legends Series, Wolverine at the bottom, 50 years, 50 years, 50 years. All right, let's get this bad boy opened up and get a closer look at these figures. Here we got them out of the packaging. Really nice. These guys look really cool, man. Even the Logan, I mean, I wasn't intending to keep him. And he does look really cool. They did a good job on the sculpting. I'm not sure if that's a reuse. Sabertooth looks so ferocious. He looks mean, man. That one's awesome. That's probably like one of the coolest Marvel Legends figures I've ever seen. So here's Sabertooth. Wow. And he's not even that stiff either. I left him in my office, and I've got a window there, so the heat warms everything up. So that's very awesome. Check that out. Paint apps are almost on 100%. Great, man. That's perfect. He's nicely painted. Would be nice if they will add some brushing on these figures, some dry brushing or weathering, but you know, we're not gonna always get what we want. So, but he looks spectacular. He's awesome. He's hands down one of the best Marvel Legends in the year for me, I believe. All right, so now let's look at before we get into Logan. Here's the second head sculpt for Sabertooth. So this one's more like a grin, and the other one's more like a raging face, a rage face. So that's cool. And then he does come with a set of interchangeable hands. One is like grabbing, the other is like more like, you know, like I'm gonna claw somebody. And then the other one's same thing. He's got an open hand. Then he's got like a reaching hand. So that's pretty cool. So it's awesome. All right, let's get into Logan. Here's Logan that's interesting. So he's got a brown hat on the secondary head sculpt. So that's very, very cool. He does come with one accessory. That's the only thing of the downside of this 2-pack is that there is no accessories. Here is his secondary set of hands, interchangeable hands. Got like a grabbing hand, and then he's got like a holding hand, right, or a reaching hand. And then he does come with a hand of cards. That's really cool. It's very awesome. Nice detailed, man. And then the back of the card says Xavier. That's really cool. Digging that, man. That's super awesome. And then right here we have Logan, the man himself. The claws look really great. I think I might have to keep this guy. There you go. That's a cool little figurine of him. But I might just sell him, man. I don't have room to be storing displaying every variation of each character. I think later down the line they'll create a different version of him with a jacket or some removable soft goods jacket. Who knows? All right, so let's put these guys right here, and we're gonna get into articulation on these two figures. So Sabertooth, right, sits on a ball hinge neck piece, and because of the fur, I don't think you can take it off. It's hindered, so you can only look about that much left, that much right. You can look up, you can look down. Ball hinge shoulders on the shoulders, and you got the butterfly joints, and then you do have a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, and then I don't think the forearm spins. I doubt it does. It doesn't. It's just a sculpted on piece. You could probably pull it out and customize it, add something you want. You do get a swivel at the wrist plus a rocker joint, That's really nice. You get an ab crunch. He can lean forward this much, lean backward that much, spin 360, full range of motion right there. You do got ball hinge joints at the legs. He can kick about that much high on both legs. Thigh cut, swivel. Mine is a little stiff. I don't want to push it. The right one seems a little more stiff than the left. And then you do have double jointed knees. And then you don't get the boot cut like other figures, but you do get the ankle rocker pivot. So you can rock that back and forth. You can spin it 360. So that's very cool right there. Don't want to overdo it. And now let's get into the articulation of Logan. So this guy's gonna have a little bit more articulation on the head because, you know, the accessory on Sabertooth. So the head spin is 360. Looks that much up, looks that much down. Bald hinge neck. No. So the head's just sitting on one solid piece, not like the G.I. Joes where there's a bald hinge joint in the head and then at the neck piece. And then the shoulder spin 360, bald hinge joints, swivel at the bicep, tricep, double jointed elbows. And then you got the joint at the wrist and your swivels and it pivot and it rocks back and forth. It's very cool. You got the bald hinge joint at the torso, no ab crunch on this guy. And this guy can spin full 360 a lot smoother than him. Then Sabertooth, and then you got a swivel cut, waist cut at the groin, bald hinge joints at the legs, thigh cut, 360 motion, double jointed knee, ankle rocker, pivot. You can get that to spin 360 as well. So now let's get into the sculpting and the paint apps. The sculpting on the Logan head is nicely done. Even the paint apps, I'm very happy with it. There's nothing like bleeding too crazy, so that's really cool. That's a very great application right there. The paint apps on the neck, it looks clean as well. So it's not like it's a separate piece. So the neck, the collarbone and all that, that's all a sculpted separate piece onto the base itself. And then you got like a little bit, I don't think the hair is sculpted on. Oh, actually it is. So you could definitely feel texture on there, so that's really awesome. That's a nice touch. I don't know if other figures have been done like that. I can't tell you from the top of my head, but this is definitely a good touch. And so is the hair texture on his forearms. They're sculpted on. They are not painted. So that's a really cool touch. And then the flannel, the texture on the flannel is really cool. It's got like this coarse surface to it, and it's very nice. It looks very realistic. The buttons are sculpted and painted as well. It's got like a copper bronze color, I believe. The belt buckle is nicely sculpted and painted as well. It's like a goldish bronze color. The belt is sculpted, and I like how the little straps for the belt, the straps on the jeans, the loops where the belts go through, they're painted as well. So that's a very nice touch. And then there's a lot of stitching on the jeans, on his backside, down his side of his legs, all the way down the seam of the pants. So that's very nice. And then the jeans have a different texture than the shirt. That's very cool. And his arms are nicely sculpted as well. That's definitely looking good. His claws are not painted any silver. You got not a chrome, but like a silver color, like a flat silver color on the claws. But they look really nice. So they did a good job on them. They look a lot different from the ones on the 97 figure. Now let's get a closer look at the Sabertooth. The sculpting on this guy, man, the fur piece is awesome. It kind of looks like he just popped out of the animated show, but I think his was a lot more wild, and it was like kind of hanging more off of his back, which on the figure it just builds up vertically. You know what I mean? I think on the cartoons and comics, it just comes out just a little bit, slightly more at an angle. It looks really great, but then once you put him on the side, it just looks like he has like a pile of hair or something on his back, right? The paint apps are very, very clean. There's not much bleeding going around on the figure, which I'm digging. It's freaking awesome. The tiger stripes down, those stripes on his leg, on his thighs, and then on his forearm, on his bicep are really cool. They're very nice. The clothing on his forearm is very nicely sculpted as well. The hands are nicely sculpted. Nothing crazy or messy or gunky on them. The hands are nicely done, so I'm really digging that. And the head sculpts are nicely done as well. This one's freaking awesome. The grinning face, that one gets me, man. That one's really cool. Can't wait to take pictures of him. So here's his grinning face. So that's really cool. I'm really digging that. The other Wolverine head comes with a brown hat. That's enough for the figures. We're gonna get some size comparisons right now so you guys can see how tall they stand. The Sabertooth figure is going to be standing at about, let's see, standing about 7 7/16. So that's close to 7.5 inches. This guy's probably gonna be like more closer to 5, 4, if that. Yeah, he stands about 6 inches, about 6 inches to the top of his hat. Here we have him next to a Vulcan, which he's out of the Bone Breaker wave, build figure wave. So this is about your standard Marvel Legends figure. Stands a little bit over Logan. Here we have him next to a Arkham Asylum, I think it's Arkham City, Arkham Asylum McFarlane Joker. So they stand about the same, but he towers over Mr. Logan here. That's very cool. And then we have him here. We've got the old school Sabertooth from the Apocalypse wave. As you can see, he towers over this guy. A lot bigger in body mass, his muscles, his head, all that stuff, man. So there's a big difference. So if you want the ideal go-to Sabertooth figure, I definitely recommend you getting this 2-pack, because you can get rid of the Logan if you're not in dire need of it, or have no desire in just being a hoarder of Wolverine, having a ton of Logans everywhere. This one's a good figure for photography, outdoor shots, stuff like that. But definitely, if you're not huge on photography and all that stuff, and you have the extra room, just stick to this guy. This guy's definitely the best one to go with. But there's nothing wrong with having him too. I just have him because I buy lots, so I think I have 2 of these somewhere over there. But yeah, man. So this figure, that's what I wanted. I really wanted to get these 2 in comparison side by side. Here I have a Lurtz by Diamond Select from Lord of the Rings. It's one of my favorite figures that I own, and there's a spider on mine. Goodbye, Bear. I'm not gonna kill him, man. I feel bad. All right, so here we have him next to the Lurtz, right? So this guy's one of my favorite figures right at this moment. I know it's from last year's release, or earlier this year's release. So they stand about the same height, but because of his high ponytail, he stands a little bit over. And then with Logan, he just completely towers next to that guy, right? Because he's a different toy line, different scale. Here I have my last comparison. It's a classified series Duke from the first wave, another Hasbro figure. So they stand about close. They're closer to scale than Duke alongside Sabertooth, but nonetheless, they look good together. You know what I mean? They'll be cool. Sabertooth, taking on some Joes and beating them up, throwing them around. Maybe he might meet his match with Snake Eyes, but they look great together. These 2 look really good hand in hand. That's really cool, man. But that's it for the video. Hope you've enjoyed. Let us know if you're going to be getting this 2-pack, or if you already have. Let us know your comments, your thoughts on him. As for me, I'm digging it. I'm loving it. But I might part with the Logan, but definitely keeping the Sabertooth, adding them to my X-Blend display. I've got the 97 stuff set up, so I'm probably just going to stick to that and just add this bad boy on there. Hopefully they release Sinister, Cable, all the characters and villains that have been released, that have been shown in the show. Hopefully they get issued their own figure, but we'll see what happens with season 2 coming down. But that's it, man. Subscribe, like, share. Don't forget to comment. Please drop a comment. I like to engage with you guys. And catch you in the next one. Have fun out there hunting, and stay tuned.